Steel City Sports. We're back in the house, man. We missed last week, but we're back. We ain't missing no more weeks. I'm your host, Steel City Luke. We got a packed house today. We got Smoking Jim on the phone. We got Claudio, the Hall of Famer, RW Media, Big Rome, Phil Fillmore, and we got Matthew Fillmore. I don't know if there's any relation, but he's back by popular demand.
Yes, sir.
Coming through. How's everybody going?
Good.
You've been kind of quiet. Jim, how you feel?
I feel good, Lou. Thanks.
All right, man. We know you took a hit on that Canelo. That's your boy. I told you that wasn't going to happen. I told you don't put no money on him. That bud was too good for him. So hope you can recover this week. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's jump into it real quick. We'll do our quick opens, and then we got to get to our special guest. Claudia, what do you got for us?
All right, now I know everybody's talking about the draft next year and getting a quarterback. It ain't Arch Manning. Physically or mentally, it's not him. And I don't see anybody worth a number one pick for the Steelers next year, no matter where they pick. What I would do for the Steelers, I think Aaron Rodgers will be back because he has enough. Go spend that first and second round draft pick on an offensive line to keep that man upright and let him be who he is. What I would do for the future is, you mean to tell me there's not a backup quarterback, somebody out there who couldn't be groomed and trained to be the next quarterback for the 7-8 years? I really believe there is. Look at Brock Purdy. Okay, he was the last guy I picked in the draft, and he's not doing too bad. I'm sure the Steelers would take him. So there's got to be somebody out there that they could train and groom to be the replacement for Aaron Rodgers. I think he's got 2 years, this year and next. You don't have to throw a kid, in the deep end, but I don't think they should waste it on a first-round draft pick next year. If it's a third, fourth, fifth, something like that, sure. But none of those guys are worth the first round, in my opinion. And the second take I have, how a lot of times I have Italian sayings. Well, this one is for Luther and Jim. If you have an 8-foot roof, you need at least a 7-foot ladder, Luther and Jim.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Smoker Joe, what you got for us?
Hey, thanks, Lou. I tell you what, man, I'm honored to have our best guest in the last 30 years. Fillmore, always enjoyed his comments. He's having a heck of a season as the leader and center of Vermont Christian Academy. Hey, listen, I told you guys on draft day, Caleb Williams was playing National Football League. I told you he had the vision of Seabiscuit. I told you he was built like Tarzan, but played like I told you this guy was going to cost you more games than he ever helped you win. He averaged a 4.8 40. I don't know what they were seeing, but I'm glad they put him on the bench. We all loved. I thought he was a perfect fit for the Pittsburgh Steelers with Scatterboo. Played at Arizona State. We've been following Scatterboo the whole 9 yards. Scatterboo put on the show for the Giants. He's wearing number 44. The fans love him. He'd have been a fan favorite here in Pittsburgh. My number one player in the entire draft, not just quarterback, was Jackson Dart. Congratulations to your rookie of the year, Jackson Dart. He's going to eat the league up.
Oh, you giving him that already, Jim? Okay. All right. Let's let him play a down first, Jim. I mean, there's a lot of rookies doing things. Hey, mine is short and sweet, man. High school football, Baldwin is struggling out there. They've given up 277 points, and they've only scored 32. They only have 30 players, man. It's sad news. Baldwin was always a decent team, but they really fell off a lot. Hopefully they can get it together. Now they're writing letters asking for sympathy from teams, but nobody's having any mercy on them. So sad news for Baldwin, man. Hopefully they can get it together, man. That's a bad situation. Right now, 0-5, they're giving up a ton of points. It's bad news. And, got to say something for Carrick, man. I was sad to see about the stabbing over in Carrick. Prayers up to those kids who got stabbed, man. It's sad news, man. Hopefully we can get it together and, Carrick can pull together. I know they were talking about closing it. This does nothing but add fuel to the fire when you got kids getting stabbed in class, in the school. So hopefully things will get set on the resolve. But hey, we got a special guest. We got my main man, the center, the leader, for the Amani Christian Academy line. Last time you were here, you talked a whole lot of stuff on Clareton, bruh. We loved having you, and you was the talk of the whole audience out there, man. They was talking about all the stuff you said. Now you got an undefeated 5-0 North Catholic team. What's going on? I mean, you guys are undefeated. You know, haven't had a close game since the Clareton game, running on all cylinders. Just talk to us a little bit about the season and what's happening Friday. What can we expect?
Based on the season, our whole mentality's been it's us versus us. It's never been about the other team the whole season. Even with Clarion, it was just us versus our mentality, our bodies. And I mean, it's the same thing this Friday. They're a great squad. They're a good passing squad. Yeah, we believe that if we're able to shut down their slant and their flat, will be good on the defensive side. And we're just gonna pound that rock all Friday night and just show them how we get down.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at their numbers. You know, they're averaging like 58 points a game.
Yeah,
you are a high scoring offense as well at 43. But you know, we expected a shutout or a shootout or what? Because I mean, nobody's been able to stop either team so far.
Like I said, it's more about us versus us than us versus them. Our mentality coming into this game is we were talking about it on Monday and Tuesday. We're either going to have a close game or we're going to go out there and just shut them out completely. I mean, you can never really predict how a game's going to go based on just off the teams. I mean, our bodies and our health plays into that a little bit too. But our whole mentality is just go out there, play our best football, and come out with a win. There's never really we're not really aiming for a certain amount of points, but we are aiming to shut down their passing attack and make them run the ball a lot.
Okay, now how does your line match up with their line? I know you looked at them on film. I mean, size-wise, it seemed like they have a decent-sized line. How's your offensive line going to match up with their defensive line?
Our offensive line, we've been working all week. We've been working on how they come at us, how they rush. We believe that it's not a very tough or fast rush, but they will play it to the whistle and they will end up making a couple plays. But that's just football for real. You're always expected to give up at least one or two plays in a game, and that's just you can't really shut out a team the entire game. There's always gonna be that one, maybe two plays that they're gonna end up breaking through. That's just how it is.
Okay.
But we do believe that they're not gonna be a team that's gonna just roll over after we score a little bit. We believe they're gonna keep trying to fight back, and we respect that to the complete amount. But we do believe we're gonna take this dub and just show the Whippies why we're the best in the state.
Best in the state. Okay. All right, Smoker Jim. Yeah, you have something for Matt?
Why would I have a question?
Well, I mean, you're on the panel, Smoker Jim, or a statement, question. All right, anybody else? Claudio.
Yeah, you know, the position you play, would you say that you're the coach on the field? A lot of times it's the quarterback, but just seeing you on our second show now, I think maybe you probably have more say. So a lot of people in your position.
I wouldn't say I'm really the coach of the field, but I do help my teammates coordinate where we're going sometimes. We have some new guys on our old line that are still getting used to our play style, going fast and just straight at people. And it takes a little bit of learning and teaching to get them to run our routes, run our steps the proper way, and make sure that the linebackers and the D linemen are taken care of. My biggest job that I've been dealt with this season is helping our both of our guards make sure that our interior is just super secure, not getting blitzed too crazy, and always making sure our quarterback's safe. That's been my whole mentality the whole season. Like Will Campbell said in his interview, I mean, a D lineman can get a sack a game, and he'll be a top 5 pick. O lineman lets up a sack a game, they're going to be at Amazon. So I mean, we're just trying to keep them advantages. We have one of the bigger O-lines in the whips, so we're trying to use that to our advantage with our run game. Just gonna pound the rock, make sure and make these guys quit. I mean, that's the whole purpose of our O-line for real.
Got you. Hey, one thing I could tell you, don't take any pointers from the Steelers' offensive line currently is constructed. They're making a ton of mistakes right now. Hopefully they can get that fixed. But, as you talk about this, it seems like your passing game has really improved since the Clareton game. Gabe Jenkins switched from running back to quarterback, and he's been throwing some bombs, and you guys have been giving him some time. How is the passing game looking so far? Because you may have to use it against North Catholic this weekend.
Yeah, I believe we might have one of the best passing games without an actual quarterback in the whips. We have a bunch of great young receivers like Daniel, David Campbell. We have David Davis out there, obviously. I mean, we just have a lot of good players on our wideouts, and we just know how to get the ball to the key players. I mean, even our screen's been looking pretty good recently with our O linemen getting out to the safeties and DBs, covering that up, and they're cutting off our backs to get a couple extra yards. Our whole offense, we're just out there trying to make plays and win the games the best we can. I mean, you can't really put a price tag on a team like us. I do believe we're going to be the best in the state, and that's just, I mean, it's a proven fact. You watch our tape. I mean, our team, we've seen put North Catholic over us, and we're definitely taking that to heart. So, I mean, yeah, that's how it is.
All right. Hey, we got a question. Hey, Who the Goat is in here early. What's up, Who the Goat? He said, who is the best player you played against?
So my sophomore year, we went to York to play Stilton High Spire. And I forget what his name is, but I played against a D lineman that was committed to Pitt.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, the first couple of drives, he was definitely messing me up a little bit. But after that, I feel like I had upper hand on him because of my size and my basically just my hand placement that game. He was definitely undersized compared to me, and it was just obvious. He couldn't get past me at all in the run game and the pass game. So I mean, he was definitely a great player. I enjoyed playing against him.
Okay. All right, Phil Moore, Big Bro.
Hey, I got a question, cousin. That's my cousin, my adopted cousin today. Since the Clareton game, what are some of the improvements y'all made on offensive line and defensive line?
Yes.
So our defensive line didn't really change that much. They just changed their mentality. They were more of in that Clareton game. They were just trying to kill somebody. Now they're trying to work more as a team with different type of play calls so that they can push it up a little bit, get the O-line confused a little bit. But for our offensive line, we made a change. We subbed in Raymere Jones for Xavier Hester at our right guard, and he's been a tremendous help for our O-line.
Oh, that's great. I got one more question. What makes a good O-line?
What's up? What makes a good O-line? I mean, I can say it's the coaching. We have a coach, our O-line coach, John Coleman. He came in my sophomore year, and he turned our whole O-line around. I mean, my freshman year, we could barely block a linebacker, let alone a D lineman. My sophomore year, though, we were really like that for real. almost went all the way with that O-line, and half those O-linemen weren't even really O-linemen. We had Kyer Howe. He was like maybe 200 pounds of playing tackle. So I mean, he definitely got us to that level where we needed to be at, and that's just what it is. He's a great O-line coach, and I respect him all the way.
Okay. All right. We got Go ahead, Rome. You had something?
No, I didn't have anything off the top of my head.
You know, let me say one thing real quick, Luke. And when you said that your coach helped you, and I think that's fantastic. But why aren't the Steelers' offensive linemen Right there.
Because we don't got Mike Munchak. That's why Mike Munchak is not here. That's why.
Pete Meyer. Pete Meyer is on the clock. The line has been terrible since he's been here. And if you look at some of the technique, and we'll go through that later, you can see
That's
why,
wild.
man. It goes all up and down that line. Hey, but who the GOAT is? He said, are they on your level? Is North Catholic on your level?
I definitely think so. I believe that they're a great team. They're a great program. My older brother played there when I was little, so I mean I respect them completely. I do believe though that we're going to be too much for their defense, just based off of watching the film. Their linebackers aren't bad, but they're not going to really shoot the gaps like that. I mean, compared to Clarion, I don't think they're going to be that. They're not going to be as good as Clarion was. Okay. So we're going to see. It just comes up to that Friday. I mean, I'm not going to talk crazy about them. I mean, they're a great program. They're a great team. They have a great history. But I mean, with that quarterback, they could be on our level, but I don't know.
Okay, yeah, he's putting up some great numbers, some good receivers, but I don't think he's faced the cornerbacks that Amani has. So that may be a little different.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're playing McGuffey, Knock. The only real team they played for was C and LaSalle, and that was I don't know what happened with C and LaSalle. We just think that they might have caught them off guard with their passing attack, and that does make a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. But Knock and McGuffey, I mean, that's just a stat pack game right there. We do the same stuff when we play them. I mean,
okay,
you can't really depend on. You can't really what's it called? You can't really declare a team good if they're playing a team like McGuffey. I mean, we play teams like Valley, but
Valley needs. They're another team that's struggling. 70, and I think there was some touchdowns called back, so y'all didn't get much work on that one. Go ahead.
I seen Valley scrimmage Jeanette, and I'm like, both these teams have something to show for. So I understand playing teams like that. And but I have one more question though. What phase of the game, offense, defense, special teams, do you feel y'all might struggle with North Catholic?
Struggle. The only way we could possibly struggle is if our DBs miss their drops, and I doubt that's going to happen. The way we have discipline, the way that we work every day, I doubt that's going to be a problem. So, like I said, I mean, I think we're the better team all around, and that's just going to be the way the game goes.
All right. Hey, Frank Jackson is in here, man. He says,
Avonworth.
Yeah. I'll be waiting for Avonworth. I mean, I do believe so.
Started. Okay.
Last season, we came into that game unprepared. We had a bunch of sick players. Where our depth chart was terrible last season too, and that definitely played into the part of us losing that game. I do believe we're gonna win if we play Avonworth again. I believe they said they're gonna try to put us on different sides of the board for the playoffs, so we can have that championship game against them, which I would love. I would love to see them again. They're another great team that we're gonna end up seeing this season.
Yeah,
and hopefully they're able to make it to the championship with us again, because that game was definitely a nail biter.
It was, man. I mean, and y'all had another touchdown called back, but that run game they had was kind of brutal, and they're still running. I mean, they got Aliquippa and TJ this year, so that's the game. That's the game to see. But this is the first one. North Catholic. Tell the viewing audience why they should come out and see this game, Matt.
I should come out to see it just for the culture. I mean, we don't have a lot of fans, but the fans that we do have in our stadium, they bring a lot of energy for us, and they just love to come out and see us play. I mean, since my freshman year, we've always been a smaller school with a smaller fan base, but we're trying to make a new culture to where we have people just come out to support us, whether they're there for the team, for the culture, for the energy. I mean, even just in the locker room, we bring energy, and I think a lot of people could what's it called? A lot of people could have a lot of positive things about us to say. Someone said when we had that fight with Steel Valley that we're not worth all the hype, and I mean, I feel like we proved them wrong in the past 2 years because that fight was a fluke. I mean, that happens sometimes in football. It's football. There's gonna be high emotions, and that's just how it is.
Okay. All right. We got Kelvin Hatcher, sharp young fellow with a high football IQ, knows his team and opponents inside and out. Stay focused, young fella. Appreciate the comment. Yes, sir. And we got Frank Jackson. Other than Evansworth, who is the best team you played in your career? Good question.
I'm trying to think. We played my freshman year. We got thrown straight into the fire. We played one of the best teams in Virginia. But then my sophomore year, we're thrown to the fire again, and we played Stilton High Spire. So I'm trying to figure out between those two games.
Yeah, Stilton High Spire. I think they won state that year too.
Yeah, they did. They were really good that year.
All right. Hey,
that's hard to pick. I'd probably say the Virginia team. They were definitely they were very hard to play against, especially my freshman year. Coming out there
that was a prep school too.
They're there to really do that.
Yeah. Hey, we do have a caller before we let you go. Let's get this caller in. Sean,
let's get it.
You're on the line. What's going on?
Hey, not much, man. Watching this women's volleyball match. Pitt and SMU. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we heard you. What'd you say?
Oh, okay. No, I'm watching this women's volleyball match. Pitt playing at SMU. Two top 11 ranked teams. Pitt's ranked number 5. They'll be playing again Sunday, 3 p.m. on ESPN. This game's on HCC Network, so I'm watching that game right now.
All right. You got a question for our guest? We got Matt Fulmore on from Amani.
Okay, so Amani's 3A right now?
3A, yes. They're playing up.
Okay. Well, they know who they got to face eventually, probably in the playoffs, which is Evanworth. They've had some big wins against traditional programs, so they just got to be ready to play when they face Evanworth. If they get to Evanworth, because we never know what happens, anything can happen, but they just know what's coming down the pipe. They just got to be ready to play Evanworth. If it's not them, just be ready to go out whoever's in their way. Good luck to them fellas this week against North Catholic. Hopefully that's a packed game out there. And good luck to you guys the rest of the season.
All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. So any final thoughts, Matt? Get it off. Anybody you want to thank before we go to the next segment?
I'll get some thank yous. Number one to you for having me on the show. I definitely appreciate this for letting me give my team the publicity that they need.
Sure.
I thank my head coach Leroy Johnson because he told me what to and what not to say. He told me not to give North Catholic a little palate because I was definitely on the point here talking about some crap, but he said not to.
Yeah.
So he told me
we gotta get Brad on here, man. I know the coach was like, you talk way too much. So you got a target on your back. You got a target on everybody's back in Clareton, man. That's all they talked about in the stand was you talking smack on them before the game. So you did good, man. But we'll definitely have you again, and we're going to try to have whoever wins the Player of the Year on the show. So appreciate you, man. Stay healthy, and we can't wait to see you on Friday. All right, man. Hey, Sean.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. Have a
good one.
Have a good night.
I'm still here, Luther.
What'd you say? All right, what's on your mind, bro?
Hey, man, I'm glad you and the missus had a good time on your vacation. So I'm glad to see that.
That was a great time, man. Got knocked something off my bucket list, so and I brought back something too. I got a coconut.
That's cool.
That's a good one, Earl.
Straight from Hawaii, baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good
I
to hear.
got gifts for y'all. I'm gonna have something for y'all tomorrow when I see you, Claudio, and all you, everybody on the panel. So yeah,
Thank you.
That's all right.
What's up, though, Sean? What's going on, man? Last time you was wrong about Ohio State. You changed up on Ohio State.
No, remember what I said. I didn't realize all the changes
All the
they
people
had.
that came over,
Like,
right?
Yeah, like I didn't realize they took. Remember, I said they took I want to say they took a linebacker from North Carolina. I think they took two of the best defensive players. So I'm like, I don't know who's on rosters. I gotta wait till the season starts. It's
Right.
all the changes, and then look at what's going on now. UCLA, Virginia Tech, and Oklahoma State, they fired their football coaches.
So now
If
kids
they
transfer.
start firing, those kids could go into the transfer portal, but not even that. Kids could redshirt after 4 games and say, "Hey, I'm transferring after I finish this redshirt season." So, like, it's a mess. Like, I'm hoping to go out to LA next week for my birthday because Penn State plays up there on my birthday against UCLA. And what type of roster will UCLA have? And then
I wonder if that quarterback is going to be leaving. That Nico, I am leaving. He's going to leave again. He left Tennessee, UCLA. He's going to be leaving again. So I don't know, man. You know, he probably should have stayed at Tennessee because Tennessee is rolling right now. I think that was a bad move.
Yeah. Horrible move. Tennessee has no state taxes. California has some of the highest taxes in the country.
Yeah.
So if you were getting the same equal money from Tennessee and California and UCLA, you're going to end up with more money in the end with Tennessee. But I don't know. Just wrong people in his ear, including his father, and they got to live with it.
Yeah.
Well, this weekend, there's going to be some big college football games, some big ones this weekend.
Penn State, Oregon is what, 2 top 5 teams. Who you got? You going with your alma mater, Penn State?
Well, I got to go with my alma mater because it's the whiteout. But I'll tell you this, if Oregon wins that game, it's going to be interesting to see what goes on. Now, if I'm Penn State, Oregon's coach, Dan Lanning, he's arrogant. I'll just leave it at that. There's more I want to say. He's arrogant. So they better be ready to play.
Yeah, because he's going to try to put up 60 if he can, you know. So they can't play, man. I just want to know if the quarterback, Drew Allure, is going to be ready because Oregon's quarterback, Moore, has been putting up some good numbers, and he's going to definitely have to match him, I think, this game. So we'll see. It should be a solid game, though. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I am too. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, I guess we got pretty much a full day of football on Sunday with the Ireland game at 9:30 a.m. So I guess it'd be like living on you was just in Hawaii, so it'd be like on the West Coast. You know, you get an early game when you wake up, and then you still got your day ahead of you.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, man. I'm still trying to adjust, man. Who the GOAT said Oregon going to smash Penn State. Okay. All right. I don't know, fellas. Who you guys got in that before we jump into the Steeler talk? Smoker Jim, who you got?
Well, Oregon got a quarterback that may be one of the best in the country, black quarterback. I hope he stays another year, man, but he's smooth, man. But, hey, look here, man. Penn State got to do it. I don't care where they're playing at. I don't care if they're playing in somebody's backyard. They got to find a way, man. It's got to be the year that Penn State plays for the national championship, and they got to beat Oregon. Oregon's somewhat of a young team. Penn State got everybody back, man. They got to figure out a way to do it, and I think that Penn State wins that game.
Okay. All right. Hey, Sean, you have anything else? We got another call. Anything else you want to weigh in on this as we jump into this?
The only thing I'm going to say is that if Aaron Rodgers could stay upright, Steelers got a shot. I didn't realize how bad the Steelers were in within the 20-yard line last year with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields compared to just Aaron Rodgers in his first 3 games.
Yeah. They're 88% in the red zone with Aaron Rodgers, which is second in the league. Last year they were like 40. So, but it's in between the 20s is when they're having a problem. But once they get the red zone, Aaron Rodgers is getting it done. I mean, we'll see, man. But all right, Sean, appreciate the call, man.
Okay, guys. Hopefully everybody enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend, and hopefully the weather.
See you.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Appreciate that. All right, let's jump right into this. Number to call, 412-530-5063. We always appreciate Sean jumping in. But let's jump into this. Let's do our reaction to last game. Steelers versus the Patriots. Finally won in New England. So let's start off with Big Ro. Your thoughts?
We won the game, so let's just put that in the atmosphere, which is great. But I've seen so many deficiencies, especially on offense and our defensive line, and it gets disturbing after a while. Let's see. I think our O-line is just regressing across the board. Right. It's a sight to see. What we thought that was going to happen was that right side of the line was going to prop up the left side of the line. And it seems like our whole entire line seems to be regressing. When we run the ball, Warren is getting hit in the backfield, like almost every play. And that shouldn't be the case on any line that's going to take us anywhere in the playoffs. So that's a concern of mine as well. In the middle of our zone, especially on third downs, it's soft as a sponge. So I like the progress that we're doing, and word around the campfire is that we kind of switched up our defense this year, and that gives you a little bit of levity on why we're making mistakes that we shouldn't be on a team that's defensive coordinator hasn't changed in years, head coach who has their thumb on the defensive scale hasn't been anywhere for 20 years. So I'm hoping that's the case, and I'm hoping that it can improve with the amount of talent that we have. But for the first 3 weeks, it's just been dismal. The only good thing was that we only gave up 14 points.
Yeah.
We didn't give up 30-plus points like we did in the first 2 games. So there's some lights, some positive lights, but we still got some holes to clean up. I like the way we ran the ball when he didn't get hit in the backfield. But past that, we got some things to take care of. Also, for an end, our offensive line is the reason why we're not passing down the field. We're not giving him enough time to throw the ball down the field because he's always in perpetual fear of getting knocked on his behind. So there's some things that we got to shore up. I would love to see it. And it's going to be a tough call this weekend, but they did good. Just not good enough for me to think that we're going to go anywhere in the playoffs.
Claudio?
Warren's the leading receiver. What does that tell you? The tight ends aren't being used, and that was the big thing. They had all these great tight ends. They're not being used properly. Freiermuth, I think he's on the field less than 60% of the time. So the running game isn't there. Roderick Jones, again, I don't know all the techniques and everything, but he seemed like he stood up more than he was crouched down. He didn't seem like he had any leverage. He's getting pushed around. People say he did better this week than last week. Well, maybe it's because New England wasn't as good as the Jets were, but I don't see him getting any better. Aaron Rodgers is trying to do everything he can, but like Rome said, and I said this at the beginning, you need an offensive line to keep that man upright, and you need the offensive line to help the running game, and it just isn't happening. They should have drafted offensive line or free agent offensive line or worked with these guys better, but it's not working, and I think it's only going to get progressively worse. The defense, again, they're number one in missed tackles. I think 18 a game, something like that. Okay, why is that? Because they're going for the splash play. They're going for the pick. They're going for the fumble. Yes, they did get 5 turnovers last week. Was it all them, or was it the deficiencies of New England? Maybe a little bit of both. But I just don't see them. And as far as Watt, you could have got somebody else a hell of a lot cheaper to do what he's doing. I don't think he did get a sack, good. But again, I just think I used to call him Dave Kingman. I'm calling the entire defense Dave Kingman, where they make the home runs. They're not consistent. They're not hitting 270, 280, 290, 300. They're just hitting home runs, home runs, home runs. That's great. But when they're playing a better team, they're not going to be able to do that. Those other teams, and Jim talks about Henry. Yeah, he had a tough week this past week, but I don't expect him to be fumbling like that. Well, yeah, they're going to beat the Cincinnati's probably. Since Burrow is.
You mean this guy? He didn't fumble with every game. Butterfingers, man. Come on, man.
Like they're not going deep. That's for sure. He doesn't have time to go deep. He still has the arm and the release and all that to go deep. Aaron Rodgers still has it. And finally, I like to see a team with an identity. What is their identity offensively? Is it going deep? Is it a good mix? Is it a running, pounding the rock, as our previous guest said about Imani? Defensively, are they blitz? Do they stop the run well? I don't think they do anything well. I think they're just there. Is it going to take time? Maybe a fan would say it's going to take time. I don't know if it's going to happen. And again, finally, I said at the beginning of the year too, other than the offensive line, when you have this kind of a roster, the coaches are going to have to turn it up. And Luther and Jim, I sent you a text on Monday Night Football. I said, no, those are offensive coordinators. Okay. And, I've never been a fan of Tom.
Also has some great talent to work with. I mean, there's talent at every level.
Right. But like we said before, if I'm fighting somebody like Mike Tyson, I can't beat him straight up. So I got to find a brick. I got to find a stick. I got to find some sand, do something. Okay. The Steelers have to do something if they're not going to play straight up, if they don't have the talent to beat that defense. And is the coaching staff creative enough? I guess not. And again, I have not been a fan of Tom, and I gave him a chance. Who am I to give him a chance? But I gave him a chance. I don't see everybody. He's a great coach. Okay, what does he do great? I don't know. I'm asking, and nobody's been able to tell. He motivates. Who is he motivated?
Well, hold on, Claudio. Now listen, nobody's a perfect coach.
I didn't say perfect.
I judge coaches off winning percentages, and if you look at it, and this came out, he has the highest win percentage in games decided by
1-4. I know.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. Usually that comes down to coaching when it's one play here or there. If you
what does he do? What does he do to win those games? Or is it because of him they're only winning by one score? I don't know. I'm asking you.
You can't have it both ways. I would say it's because of him.
But what does he do?
One, a lot of players want to play for him. A lot of the players that are here now
I didn't ask that. What does he do to win those one-score games?
He makes in-game adjustments. As you see,
good defense.
Offense.
I'm just saying, I think he catches a lot of heat unwarranted. Yes, there's some playoff games. They should have done better. They should have gone further. But, I mean, people throw away. If he were to retire right now, he's a Hall of Fame coach.
Right now.
No questions asked. And people act like he's out here like a Brian Daboll who should have been fired years ago. That's not the case. They've been a solid team. They just came up short in the playoffs, which is not acceptable. But you can't throw everything and just say he's a terrible coach. That's not true. And
I didn't say he's a terrible coach. I just said, help me out.
Not you per se, but a lot of people say that if you listen, that, he's the worst coach ever. That's not true.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm not. I said not you, Claudio, but I'm saying a lot of people on social media who call these talk shows, that's what you hear, and that's not true. Does he have to clean up a lot of stuff? Yes, absolutely. But to say he's the worst and all that, as other people say, not you, Claudio, I disagree. And the facts and the stats say otherwise. The teams win. You know what you're going to do.
I think Claudio is saying he's not special. That's right, because he said
is special.
I don't agree with Claudio.
Right.
But that's why.
All right.
That's why I think he's saying. I think he's saying he asks like, what does he do to get these wins? Is he? So I'm getting from it. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm hearing that you don't believe he's special.
Absolutely.
I'm saying, like, if you ask me what makes me the coach that I am, I know what the hell I'm talking about hitting wise, X and O's. I'll go up against anybody in the world when it comes to talking about hitting X and O's. I'll go up against anybody. And then now you have to have the team that wants to listen to you and the players want to listen to you. Special players, special people who can play. I just want to be educated as to what does he do. He was a defensive guy. Okay. What defensive schemes has he implemented? Obviously he has a big hand in the draft, and so on and so forth. I'm just saying, educate me. That's all.
Right.
Here's the thing. And you could take, for instance, Belichick, for instance. He was a great coach. But as soon as he lost Brady, what was his team doing?
And before he got Brady.
No doubt.
No, but there's levels to it. So I understand what Claudio was saying on one hand. But on the other hand, we had a team that was built differently when we thrived. And when the NFL started changing the rules and we lost Roethlisberger, the way the Steelers go about it is that we don't ball everything up and start from scratch. So we didn't have an opportunity to say, here, we need to rebuild this team. But that's not how we run things here. And that might be a problem with him, and that might be a problem with the team. The fact that all these other teams who change coaches, who change personnel, they'll reuse them and they'll throw them out and they'll reuse them if they have to be. Pittsburgh is different from that aspect, that we try to win every single year. But we can't be Cincinnati, where we get a number one overall draft pick 2 or 3 times in a row.
No, I'm here.
We can't be who's the team we just played? We can't be a New England, because New England had to ball it up and start
rebuilding. Yeah, they're in a rebuilding phase.
So I think that in the next couple of years you will see something different, and I think that there's a weight that's put on Tomlin, because we try to win every single year to see that we're going to be somewhat special. We try to do it piecemeal, and if that's the case, you could blame that on him, because it makes it a lot more difficult for you to try to win every year as opposed to another team who is ready to just give up on everything, throw everything away, and start from scratch.
Right. Hey, real quick. Go ahead. Finish it. My fault.
No, I just think that once we get a quarterback, and I don't believe that we should go, I think that we should go draft a quarterback next year, because we don't know the crop that's going to be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now. We have to take our shot, because there's more viable quarterbacks coming out next year than we've seen in a long time.
I don't know. I'm wondering, because outside of 2 or 3, I'm not sure. I mean, they said it was going to be a great class, but I'm seeing a lot of guys.
But take that in the aspect of last year. All the draft picks that came out, they only thought that one was going to be good, and that's Ward. And everyone else pushed it away.
No, Jackson was a first rounder, and a lot of people. But they wasn't regarding him as a top 15 pick. If he was that good, he would have got drafted top 15.
Hey, bro, let me ask you guys the question. When I was growing up, let me ask you guys this: what was linebacker U? What school?
Penn State.
Penn State. Yeah.
Where did the big running backs come from?
Wisconsin.
USC.
Iowa, Wisconsin, USC. Yeah.
Penn State.
Okay.
What'd you say, Rome? Penn State.
Penn State.
Penn State, Iowa.
USC. John,
I'm talking about, again, when you had OJ, Ricky Bell, Allen, and so on and so forth. But now, and Charles White, I can go on and on. Now, where is quarterback U today?
Ohio State, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of those Ohio State quarterbacks aren't doing well at the next level.
That's what I'm saying.
But still,
there isn't one audio that I can even think of.
But they get drafted high consistently though. So you know what I'm saying? Like, they may not pan out great, but you can look around the league. You see Ohio State guys all over drafted high. They just don't do good in the league. Just don't translate well.
Right. Exactly. Yes. Correct.
Rome, whenever you said about drafting a quarterback next year, what about getting somebody who's a backup now with some talent? There's some guys out there that are young kids, 22, 23, that can still be groomed, that can still be turned into a great quarterback and do something. Don't waste it.
I think that way. Hey, but real quick, we'll come back there. Let's jump to the phone lines real quick. Caller, say your name, where you calling from, because we're running out of time.
Yeah, this is LD.
Hey, what's up, LD?
And I heard you all talking about Coach Tomlin, and I had to call in. Tomlin, when they had Big Ben, at the beginning, Big Ben was a good player. He helped them win games, and then he suffered an injury, and he was never the same. And I think the Steelers, number one, kept him playing quarterback too long, and that set them back a whole lot of years in terms of trying to win a championship. What do you guys think about that?
I think you're right on that, LD, but I'll tell you another thing, too. They didn't have no real game plan after Roethlisberger retired. What did they do? They drafted Kenny Pickett, and they thought that was going to be the superstar of the year. They didn't even have a plan. What they did was roll the dice and figured Kenny Pickett was going to be their man, and it bombed out. And you know what? That's the way I look at what's going on here, and they should have had a better game plan when they knew Roethlisberger was going to retire. And you're right, they did hold him longer than he should have. That's like when Bradshaw had that elbow injury and he couldn't throw anymore, and they had him try to play one more season. He lasted 3 games, and then they had to fold the tent. So I mean, I think Roethlisberger, when he got that injury, his play went down, and he should have retired after that year.
But the thing about Roethlisberger toward his last year, no, he couldn't move, but the game was so slow to him. And look what he did. He was still, in my opinion, the most dangerous quarterback in the NFL at the time. And he did pretty good. He wasn't, he couldn't move, yes, but he still knew what the hell to do. And I actually said on this show, I know everybody wanted to get rid of him. I said, I don't know if I would get rid of him just yet if I were you. Because he did do pretty good that last year. He wasn't the Ben of old, but he used guile, that word guile, and his wits and so on and so forth. He couldn't move, like I said, but he was able to do something pretty good, and they haven't replaced him since.
Right, because they didn't have a plan. You need to have 2 or 3 plans when you're trying to replace a quarterback like Ben Roethlisberger. And who in their right mind is a head coach like Mike Tomlin to walk into a situation where you have a franchise quarterback right at your fingertips? There aren't too many coaches that do that.
So what happened, going to Ben's last year? They ruined his last year with that center that they took from and moved from guard to center, and he was a rookie and he was trash. They ruined his last year. That's my issue with that. Now, as far as getting at any quarterback, I don't care if it's a veteran, a young veteran, or a rookie. Until they find a quarterback coach that can develop that young man, it won't matter because we don't have a coach to develop the O-lines. Remember, we drafted that young man from Nebraska a couple of years ago, and he's with the Rams now. He's over there on the Chargers now. He's over Dotson. Kevin Dotson. He's over making Pro Bowls because we don't have an offensive line coach to coach him up. We've seen Dan Moore regress. We've seen Broderick Jones regress. He was better coming out of college. That's coaching. As Matt Fulmore said, that's coaching. If the coaches ain't there to develop not the coordinators or the head coach, the position coaches.
Yeah, he has too many yes men, Fillmore. That's a simple fact. All the good coaches left.
Minnesota's coach is Josh McCown, I believe. Josh McCown is the Minnesota quarterback coach. Obviously, Brian Flores. I like Brian Flores a lot. But that's Tina McCardle, I believe, is their wide receiver coach. Maybe I'm being biased, but you definitely need good coaches who know what the hell they're doing. And Fillmore's a zillion percent right. And I don't want to go into baseball, but that was horrendous what you see there in coaching. I can't speak for football as much. You guys probably better than me, but I don't see. Again, Fillmore just said about the offensive line, regressing. I don't know. I think that you need better coaching. There's got to be coaches out there.
There is, but Tomlin don't want them. That's the bottom line. He wants yes men.
Listen, the Steelers don't usually fire coaches until they let them go when the contract is up. I mean, that's just generally how many coaches have they let go before the season?
There can be some differences, and I agree. He should. Rome's right.
Right, but I mean, that's an organizational thing. They don't fire coaches during the season.
Yeah.
Next year's contract's up, he'll be gone. But we'll see. LD, are you still on?
Yes, I just want to say that Tomlin and the coach for the Ravens,
Harbaugh, yeah,
they have been coaching long periods of time. Now that coach is coming out of heat. He's catching a lot of heat now because his team is not producing the way they should be producing. But Tomlin has never had a quarterback like the Ravens has. I think if you gave him a quarterback like the Ravens has,
they had a chance to get. The Steelers had a chance to get Lamar Jackson.
Lose 5 games a year.
Okay.
And someone said, "Is Tomlin a famous coach?" I have to ask you, did he win a Super Bowl? How many coaches can say that they won a Super Bowl? Most can't say that because they never won. Granted, maybe the other coach before him had good players, but those are the players that he had, and he won a Super Bowl. And that's an achievement in itself.
Good point, LD. Good point, LD. Smoker Jim, you want to weigh in on this? Jim.
No, I think you guys covered it.
It's the most quiet I ever heard, Jim. Hey, LD, appreciate the call. Anything else?
Luther, don't forget about him.
Right. I try to bring him in, and he doesn't want to talk.
It's because Canelo lost. That's all.
Right. He's still crying about Canelo. LD, appreciate your call.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Thanks, LD.
All right. Listen, Smoker Jim, I do want to ask you, Derek Harmon, he had a game. He only played about 37 snaps. He had a sack. He was putting good pressure on. The run defense was much better when he was in there. Are you still claiming he's a bust, Smoking Jim? Or are you ready to take another L?
Well, first of all, Aaron Rodgers was sticking up the joint the last 2 games. Listen, this is the rottenest teammate his whole career, even going back to University of California, and Sean Jackson, and some of them guys that played for California. Aaron Rodgers was rotten. He's pointing out teammates on national TV. If Martavius Bryant was still here, he'd go in his jaw for that. You don't do that. You wait till you get on the sideline. It's never his fault. He's pointing at everybody. He's a rotten teammate, man.
Wow.
Listen, and Aaron Rodgers always been rotten. And if you want to Yogi Bear, you can. And I wouldn't even want that sack. I would be embarrassed if I couldn't get off the line of scrimmage and a quarterback ran into my belly and I'm claiming it. Listen, the New England Patriots dominated the second quarter. They dominated the third quarter. They ran all up and down 99 back.
No.
They fumbled the ball 5 times.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Still couldn't do anything. Listen, Steelers didn't win that game. New England lost that game.
Yeah, New England beat themselves.
No. I'm sorry.
Listen, they caused those fumbles.
Thank you.
Daniel Jones would just run and drop the ball. They were punching the ball out. They were smacking the ball.
If you drop a pass, if you got too many penalties, that's you beating yourself. But when the balls get taken from you, the team took that dub.
Yeah, and one thing Vrabel did. What?
You guys been saying the whole show, New England stinks. Now you want to give the Steelers credit for beating the worst team in the national.
They're not first of all, they're not the worst team.
They're not Carolina. They're not Carolina.
No. Listen, the Saints are the worst team in the NFL, Jim. First of all, let's get this right.
After 1 year, and they fired their coach after 1 year because they stink.
Oh gosh, listen, they fired him, as you said. He's a black coach. He only gets 1 year. Is that what you say, Jim? If you don't win 6 games, he's getting fired. Here's my thing, Jim. The Patriots aren't a great team. They're going to win maybe 6 or 7 games, but they do have some talent there, and they dominated most of that game. But the Steelers made key plays at key times. You were the main one. Pardon me? Drake May is a good yes.
Oh my!
They picked up a Super Bowl champion, Williams, from Philadelphia Eagles last year. Hunter Henry was it? Okay, that much is true, but Hunter Henry's been around the league for a while. He's been known. He's a quality tight end, Jim.
He was top 5 last year. Hunter Henry was top 5 tight end last year.
Yes.
Absolutely. Hey, I agree with that. Yes. Listen, as I said on the post-game show, check it out, Pittsburgh DSEN. I didn't like Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson. I was glad they made the switch and put Cole Holcomb in there.
Mm-hmm.
Jim,
you ever hear Robert Spillane?
Yeah.
Spillane killed the Steelers, and you had him right here.
Yeah, and he's a great run stopper, but he can't listen. Jim, he's a great run stopper, but he can't stop the pass. That's part of the reason that Warren had such a good game. So do the Raiders. So do the Steelers.
So do the Raiders.
Patriots will say that after this year when running backs are beating them every year. He's a great run stopper, but he's not a guy who can cover those receivers.
Hey, Jim about to bust a whole vessel.
First half
I don't
hour,
want to hear about blood vessels, please, man. I got a bad one in my eye.
The Steelers definitely got away with one. 5 turnovers and 5 sacks, a lot of splash plays, but not getting off the field on 3rd down is going to catch up to them.
Right.
Let's preview this week before we get out of here, man. It's been a great show. But let's talk about this Vikings. Ralph, start us off. You've been kind of quiet. We haven't gone to you, and then we'll come back around the horn.
All right, real quick. My reaction from the other game is tonight I had Chinese food, and I got a fortune cookie here, and it says the Steelers were lucky. It's better to be lucky than good in the New England game. So, all right. But anyway, this game against Minnesota is going to be interesting because are we going to see a good Carson Wentz or a bad Carson Wentz? Because he is now their starting quarterback. J.J. McCarthy is hurt, and I like Brian Flores, as Claudio mentioned. His defense is tough. We're going to find out what Aaron Rodgers can do against this defense and this offense. Can they handle Minnesota? You got Javon Hargrave over there. So, it's going to be a tough game.
Steelers are still missing Hargrove.
Yes, they are, and now Minnesota has him, and he has a good defensive coordinator over there, and Brian Flores. You got a good head coach, and Kevin McConnell, who is a very good quarterback type coach, and he's got Carson Wentz playing at a high level right now. I know it's against the Bengals, and a bad Bengals team right now is a bad offensive line like they always do, and they have a backup quarterback in there, but still. They beat the Bengals to right in their own on their own home. I believe that was at Minnesota that game. But anyway, it's going to be a tough game. I'm going to say Minnesota 20, Steelers 14.
All right, Claudio, your thoughts?
Very quickly, in boxing, what do they say? It's a bad matchup, right? And I'm going to say this is a bad matchup for the Steelers on a lot of facets. I'm going Minnesota 30, Pittsburgh 19.
Give up another 30-point game to Carson Wentz. That's bad news. Okay. All right, Big Rob.
They got a nice and Steelers have a tough time against good tight ends.
Hey, not only that, Jordan Addison is off.
Is back, yes.
Unfortunately, it would be this game that he comes back. So him and Justin Jefferson, that's one of the most dynamic wide receiver duos in the game, so it's going to be tough to stop. But Joey Porter It looks like he's going to be back, and it looks like Elliott's going to be back, and Highsmith, he's always hurt. So
He's done. He's out. Hype is out.
Yeah. They might trade him before the season's up.
Can't help the club if you're in the tub.
Absolutely. Big Rome, your thoughts?
I think that for all of our arguments about coaching this, coaching that, this is going to be the week where we have coach versus coach. And it'll be interesting to see if we can out-coach them. I think it's going to be difficult. And one thing to think about is that Minnesota, I believe, if they're not already over there, they're going to be over there soon. Pittsburgh waits until the last minute for every trip that they go overseas. And I don't understand the concept of why they do that when you got to get your body adjusted. Like my man Luke have to get his body adjusted from being over the way for a couple, you know what I mean? So
That's
they're
right.
going over there
That's
to play one game and have to get their body adjusted to that time schedule. I don't know why the Steelers do it, but I think that I have Minnesota winning this game 24-17.
Okay. All right, Fillmore, what you got? Then Jim, we coming to you.
Man, I agree with your analysis, especially on the travel. I hope Mike Tomlin learned from the last time he traveled over there and got shellacked by the Vikings over there. I don't know if they went to Germany or whatever, but they went over there in Europe. So they better learn. They need to. With Hawkinson, Addison, and Jefferson, it's hard to contain that, you know. Now Jordan Mason is a starter talent at running back, even though Aaron Jones is out. Okay, I follow the Niners. Last year, he replaced McCaffrey very well.
Yes,
he did a great job. And Highsmith, he's actually our best run defender. And he's out. He sets the edge on that side better than everybody else. Nick Herbig's too light in the pants, and Sawyer's too young. So I'm going to say 2017 Vikings.
All right. We got Daddy Kingslayer. He said, I think the 4-touchdown blowout. Still
man.
Okay. Glory Penn, thanks for the show. Thanks for tuning in. And we got my man Kevin. Vikings 27, Steelers 20. Vikings pull ahead in the second half. Steelers make some noise, maybe at a time, but Vikings defense more balanced offense make the difference, okay? And they get Addison back. Man, yeah, I kind of think this is going to be a tough one for the Steelers. Unless they can get Carson Wentz to turn the ball over like what's got them kicked out of Philadelphia, I don't see them winning. I think Jordan Addison is going to be a problem. Justin Jefferson, what kind of defense are they going to get? I think I am going to go Minnesota wins this one 24-20, unfortunately. I just don't think the Steelers' offense is in a place that they can handle a Brian Flores defense. He's going to have all kind of exotic blitzes, and Isaiah Rodgers is on fire over there for him. He had 2 touchdowns on the defensive end. I think they do take a loss on this one. Smoker Jim, close us out. Your thoughts on this game?
Well, I told you 3 years ago that it would be a bust of a draft if Steelers didn't take Jordan Addison, and I'm glad you finally agree with me. We still need a second wide receiver. Listen, Claudio said it best. The coaching staff, top to bottom with Minnesota, is superior. Outstanding coaching. I think they got a better quarterback. Look, J.J. McCarthy couldn't play in college. He played 7.
He's a winner.
7 of the 8 worst quarters in National Football League history. He deserves to be on the bench. I tell you what, man, they got a veteran quarterback in there. They got weapons. But the Pittsburgh Steelers got a soft and cheesy defense that's turning into a bend but don't break defense. They're the richest defense in NFL history. So I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Got to score in the 30s to win. 34 Pittsburgh, 33. Thank you.
Ooh, a shooter. Jim's back to his high-scoring games, Claudio.
No, I hear that.
30.
I thought he was from Minnesota the way he was heading.
See? What'd you say, Claudio?
I thought he was heading for Minnesota the way he was talking.
Hey, that's what I thought, too. Hey, but hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. I want to thank Matt Fulmore. Make sure you check out Amani. We're going to be there. We're going to hand out another trophy this Friday. Game of the week. I'm telling you, both 5-0. I'm excited about it. Come see some top talent, man. They have 4 guys that are going to be playing at the D1 level. So I'm excited, man. Kevin, hey fellas, great show, great YouTube. Certainly impressed. Keep it going. Thank you, Kevin.
Hey, Luther, real quick, who promotes high school football and covers it as extensively as you do?
As us. No, I don't think anybody does it like we do, man. We're going to keep going, and I'm excited, man. I think we covered the 2 teams that are going to win a Whippeal, Clareton, hopefully Amani, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But in that being said, for Claudio, Fillmore, Ralph, Big Rome, Smoking Jim, check us out on the website, SC Sports World. You see scrolling down there. And, come see us Friday. And check out Sports Corner Saturday at 2 o'clock, our radio show as well. Check you out next time. Peace.